Hello, I hope you're enjoying Speed Doxathon. I'm Zach from Save Data Team, and I'm here to tell you about our channel in this brief intermission. At Save Data Team, we make a lot of stuff, such as video essays breaking down the music in the Legend of Zelda series, to this video essay on the history of world record progression videos, in which I interviewed content creators like the Speed Docs guys themselves to learn how their content gets made. But we also do Let's Plays like our Ace Attorney with an Actual Lawyer series.
Lie like a dog.
No, don't commit perjury!
And even this stream where we played Celeste, but our Twitch chat could kill us at any time.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
You bastard!
So, if anything I said sounds interesting to you, head over to Save Data Team on YouTube and give us a watch. Thanks, and now back to the show.
This is the LAPD. Put down your... Thank you for your support.
All right, everybody. We are getting back at it with... Boy, this is a title. Future Cop LAPD Crime War Any Percent with Finalflame. Finalflame always puts on a heck of a show, so I'm very excited for this. Finalflame, take it away.
Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome, as mentioned, to Future Cop LAPD, a classic PlayStation 1 game released in, I don't even know, early 2000s, something like that, maybe late 90s. Fun, quick, short game. You're going to see a very glitched speedrun. We'll discuss as we go through. We're going to do single-player Crime War.
This is X.
Here's a nice little introductory video. We're gonna pretend we watched the whole thing. We have our choice of skill options. We're just going to play on easy. There's no distinction on the leaderboards. No reason not to. And we are gonna get this show on the road in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so you're gonna see we have 3 weapons there. We'll get to change them in between every level. There are 8 levels in total. So starting off, we're going to be in control of 2 different vehicles. We have that walker right there, and we have this hover car, or whatever you'd like to call it. They both have good and bad movement to them. This hover car is faster than the walker, but we're going to switch between the 2 depending on our situation. You're going to see my 3D movement is horrible. But I can still get through this game pretty quickly, and we just appeared on top of a wall randomly. Wow, how did that work? Here's what I can tell you. That is called an up warp. You're going to see a lot of those during this run. If you've ever played this game casually, I'm sorry, this is going to look nothing like that, I'm sure. Alright, so we're here at our first boss. I need to switch back to this walker to get up the stairs. I had to go down, I had to drop down to actually activate this boss. Or else you could shoot, but nothing will happen. The boss won't be active. So these little 2 turrets off to the side. And then switch over to the main boss, and I'm pretty much just going to sit here and attack and try to not get hit by those, break through this shield, and the first stage is already almost complete. This is a quick game. My estimate's 20 minutes. I'm hoping to crush that. We'll see. First boss already done. Not bad. So that up warp that I did, that is the main glitch you will be seeing. I need to go to select zone. I think those are the weapons I wanted. I meant to have notes open and totally forgot about it. Maybe I should have done that. So
It smells like up warp in here.
So next stage, again, straightforward. We'll get to the boss using up warps. I literally don't know how to beat this game without glitches. But fortunately, it's heavily glitched. Now, these things that I'm doing to get on top of the stage, you cannot just do this everywhere. It does require a certain setup. So you'll notice the areas I'm doing it at are kind of what I call one block wide, as I got a weapons upgrade there that'll be useful on the final boss, which is just ahead. Again, very quick stages. So yeah, this is kind of routed around where can we do those whoops. I would love to get up here. There we go. 2 parts of this boss. That was the top part. It's dead. I'm going to bring up my notes now. Better late than never, right? Okay, did that right. So we're going to, again, switch weapons here. We need our bounce mines for this stage. This one's going to be one of the quicker stages. Because we're going to go out of bounds. I do need to be careful. You can soft lock in this stage. Knock on wood. You know, I've been playing this game a year. I have yet to soft lock in it.
Doesn't look like they're expecting it.
I do not want to start that today. I should also explain how I'm doing these. So depending on the setup, I'm either drifting into the wall and holding up or down. Okay, we didn't soft lock. There's a couple of invisible walls there you can fall in between, and if you do that, you are, well, gotta reset the stage. We can go out of bounds in this stage, and we're at the boss already. We have our bounce mines, which do a lot of damage. You gotta be careful, they will also damage you. Alright, and that boss is dead. That was the easy part of the game. The first 3 stages, not a huge challenge. The 4th stage here, Venice Beach, this is the first one that I can struggle with, specifically because of the boss. So we have a few things to do to get to the boss, including a new glitch, the other one that we use a lot of. But first, we have to go over to the side here, and we're going to try and clip up onto a platform by hitting it in a specific spot. You're not meant to be able to go straight up these ramps, but if you come at it from the side like that, you can actually just get on up there and then get stuck like me. Let's try that again. Unfortunately, it didn't quite have the momentum I wanted. Like that. Alright, so we're changing vehicles. We are going to jump onto this ledge while also holding right or left, and you just kind of get brought to the top. That's called slope walking. That's the other major glitch we'll use in this run. And now we're already at the boss arena. This boss could easily kill me, so fingers crossed it does not. I'm activating 2 weapons upgrades there, getting that enemy out of my way. I don't want to take extra damage. Alright. Fingers crossed. Starting about now. Let's get through this, grab our upgrades, because we have to wait for the boss to spawn, so why not grab those weapon upgrades? And now I need to make sure I don't accidentally kill myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. We're doing well. So that's halfway through the game. Granted, those were, the shorter stages. But still, the last 2 are going to be much longer and much more difficult. Hell's Gate Prison, stage 5 of 8. This is another one. Really, the first 6 are all pretty short. So we're going to do another one of those slope walks to go up this slope and then 2 more adjacent to it. Can I beat the vehicle? Nice, I did.
Convicts are using the shot.
Because right here at the top, we're at the boss arena!
Apocalypse has control.
This is why I hate that walker. Unfortunately, sometimes you'll be moving and it does not want to stop. It wants to complete its steps, and you'll just go flying off an edge like that.
Is trouble. Apocalypse.
That's one death. Oh, that was going so well.
They are before his soldiers do. Convicts are using the shuttle.
That's okay. Oh, come on. You want to hit that as a slight angle. Don't fall off. So yeah, up here, I tend to switch over to the hover car. You don't necessarily need to do it. It is kind of slower, but I find it easier to control it because as a hover car, if you hit your jump button, you actually just stop, which is kind of useful. Now, please hit this. Please hit this. Please hit this. Yes! This might be a good boss. As long as I don't die there. Nice. So if you're not quick on those, you have to kill all 3, and I believe it's about 2 bounce mines each. It will go off screen. You have to wait another cycle for it to come back around. So I'm really happy we did not have to do that, even though we did have a death. And I have not saved the game yet. That's good. There's no need to save the game, but it tries to get you to save it. So a couple more slope walks here. This one might be the actual shortest stage of them all, believe it or not, even after the short stages we had. But after this, it becomes more of a challenge. We'll have the 2 longest stages, deadly stages. So I do have to land here to hit the trigger to spawn the boss, and it's a simple boss, but you don't want to get too close because you can die. Oh, Jesus, I'm hurting more than I want to be.
I guess I won't have to read in Miranda.
Okay, I have never had an issue on that boss until I believe it was my last marathon run I did where I died to it, and I felt horrible. Alright, now we have the challenge. So the next stage, LAX Spaceport, it's split into 2 parts, Zone 1, Zone 2. For Zone 1, I'm going to be getting out of bounds. It's a little bit tricky to do so. I can't do it conventionally, the way I've done it before.
Take back that spaceport.
There's 1 activation trigger. There's 2. So I am going to do an up warp here.
I got a read on that missing SWAT team. They're nearby.
And then I'm going to try and line myself up. That should be alright. Switch vehicles. Jump out! Yeah, I want you all to see this area again. Just take it all in. Man, I almost looked like I knew how to do 3D movement there. Not there. And this is one of the many reasons my estimate is so high. Alright, let's try this again. We do not want to fall off. So there's an invisible wall in front of us, so I'm drifting. I'm holding right and left as needed until I get to an area where the invisible wall ends. This is out of bounds. There is a soft lock opportunity coming up. I have soft locks there. So I'm going to stop and line myself up, because if I don't stop, if I just turn and let my momentum take me, that's when I soft lock for whatever reason. And once I get up here, so we're going to have, in my opinion, the most difficult up warp of this run coming up, and it's because of the location. It's a very tight area right here. So I'm doing that. Oh, I almost made it look easy. I'm doing this by holding backwards. The problem is I then need to switch my momentum to forwards, or else this happens where you fall off. Now you can do this clip holding forwards, but it's much more difficult and it takes a while. Alright, and I didn't fall off, which I would have restarted the stage if I had done that. And into Zone 2. Into the boss section. But we have to get to the boss first, and we're going to do, I guess you would just call it an up warp with the walker, though. We have not done that yet. First, I do have an upgrade I want to get. Game, I said I want to get the upgrade, not fall back in the water. If you fall into water while in the walker, it will transform you back to that upper car. Alright, so I want to be a little bit careful here. I need to hold drift while on the slope, but you don't want to hold it too long, or you will fall into where the boss spawns. And while you can get out of that, it is a little more dangerous. You take a lot of damage, and it's slower. Okay. So I'd rather do what I did there. Awesome. That is exactly how I wanted to do that. And now the goal is going to be to hopefully not take too much damage. If I do, that's okay. There are actually a couple of health pickups in this room, and I think I'm going to be taking one because I'm not feeling too comfortable, even though I think the boss just needs one more hit. I'd rather just get that for safety, because otherwise I'd have to read through Zone 2. Told you, I just needed one more hit, of course. And we're off to the last stage, and this is difficult. First, let me make sure I switch my weapons. I need to switch back to the mortar launcher. Oops, nope. And to the electric gun. That's going to be for the final boss. So this is going to look pretty simple at the start, but there's a very high death opportunity pretty early on. We could be here for a while.
Find him and bring
So there's 2 highways we need to cross that are just surrounded by electricity. And you're meant to turn that off. That might be okay. Nice. Okay, that's one of them. That's the harder of the 2. So there's a very, very small gap you can get through. If you don't do that just right, you will take damage from the electricity, and depending on where you are, you may die from it,
Get him to freeze.
because that's very easy to do. I'm happy I got through that first try. Now I need to not die during the rest of the stage.
That's a special.
We have an upgrade for our mortar launcher there. That is huge for the boss. We'll be relying on that. Nice, I was able to jump. There's another electric highway, but that one we were at the switch. I'm only down a little bit on health, but for safety purposes, I am going to top that up right there. Here's the other electric highway, much easier to cross.
That road. Shut
And we are just about at the boss arena.
the special project AI.
Perfect.
Dead ahead. Time to pull the.
All right, so I have to defeat 3 of these the AI units. You are going to see me on the second one not talk and focus on counting, because I do need to time these shots. They come in and out. You can only hit them when they're out, and the second one just loves to barely be out of its box. I'll use one more mortar. All right, so here we go. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna fire 2 of these to hit it as it comes out.
Unit number 3 offline.
2 more. So I do need to be careful with my health here, which is why I'm timing these shots. You might notice it fires a ball of energy, and that ball of energy hurts if it hits you. But if you fire your mortars just right, then it destroys them. I think right about there. Perfect. Onto the final unit of the final boss. Looks like this won't be a PB, but it will be a good run. I'm happy with that, as long as I don't somehow screw this up. So time will be coming up pretty shortly. I'll take a hit. Why not? I can afford it. That is time.
Good job, X1L.
And that was Future Cop. Just a little bit behind my PB. That death cost me, unfortunately, but you know, with how practice was going initially, I'll take it. I can be happy with that. And then you get a little cutscene showing who knows what, because I honestly have never really watched these cutscenes. But this is a fun game to play. It's short, it's sweet, it's... Even if you're bad at 3D movement, it doesn't hold you back too much, which I was very fortunate for me, because my 3D movement, as you might have seen, looks like I had a couple beers before this. That's alright, we made it through. There are guides about this. There's a video tutorial I highly recommend if anyone looks at this and thinks, hey, I want to give that a try. There are some other categories as well. I'm considering learning the all weapons category, which just adds a little bit more to the game. There is a glitchless category. I've never actually watched that, but I probably should. Yeah, very fun. Thank you for having me here once again. Really like showing this game off. And I hope one day someone else decides to pick it up and says, yeah, that looks cool, let's try it.
You did a fine day's work.
Absolutely. Thank you for a great run.
Because we gotta do it.
Hope
Thanks for having me.
everyone enjoyed. We love a good PS1 graphics run. There's always something special about them. And with that, we will throw it off to intermission, get set up for the next run, and I'll see y'all in just a sec.